Hey guys, Chef Nicholas here, and you are watching Cook With Me on Let's Talk Food. On today's menu, guys, I'm bringing you a summer classic, but with a twist on it like I always do. I'm talking about a barbecue pulled jackfruit sandwich with an apple broccoli coleslaw. I'm talking the best of both worlds with the freshness of the apples, the creaminess of the coleslaw, with the sweetness, tanginess, and a little bit of heat from the barbecue sauce. Not to mention it's a Dr. Pepper barbecue sauce, so you already know it's 23 flavors already, right? But before we get into all that goodness, I'd like to ask you if you could please pull out a chair, have a seat, and let's talk food.
So the first thing you want to do is take 2 Granny Smith apples, give them a nice chop. I recommend small to medium dice. You're going to put those aside. Next, we're going to work on our dressing for our coleslaw. This is the fun part. Half cup of mayonnaise. If you want to take this vegetarian dish to the next level and be truly vegan, I suggest veganese. But for now, we're just going to use Kraft Mayo. Next, you want to add 2 tablespoons of white vinegar, followed by 2 tablespoons of white sugar. Then 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, and 2 teaspoons of celery seed. Grab that whisk and let's get to it. You want to make sure that you mix all the celery seeds thoroughly within the dressing. Set your dressing aside, grab 12 ounces of that coleslaw mix, those apples that you diced up nicely, pour in your dressing, and give that a quick toss. Mix well, ensuring that every piece of broccoli and carrots touches the dressing. You'll thank me later. I use broccoli coleslaw, but you can use cabbage if you want. It's totally your preference. Wrap and refrigerate for 1 or 2 hours. Next, we're going to take our jackfruit. We're going to rinse and drain and then shred it so it can resemble pork. Now it's time to make that Dr. Pepper barbecue sauce. Get you a nice pot. Turn the heat on, medium high. Then you want to add 4 cups of Dr. Pepper. Now you want to add 1 cup of apple cider vinegar. Followed by 1 cup of Worcestershire sauce. Next up, you want to add ½ cup of molasses, because you can't make barbecue sauce without putting molasses in it, right? It's one of 2 sweeteners that I use. Next, you want to add 1/3 cup of brown sugar. That's my other sweetener that I use. Now you want to add 1/3 cup of tomato paste. This is going to act as a thickening agent and also give that nice red color that you're looking for. You already know. Grab that whisk and let's get to it. It's important to whisk the bottom of the pot to loosen up the brown sugar and the tomato paste. You don't want to ruin the sauce before you even get started now, do you? One tablespoon of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of onion powder, ½ a teaspoon of crushed red pepper, 2 teaspoons of ground mustard, 2 teaspoons of coriander, 2 teaspoons of smoked paprika, 2 teaspoons of chipotle powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, and a half teaspoon of black pepper. The holy grail of seasoning, that's what I call it. You want to whisk together, making sure that all the spices are dissolved. Just like that. When your sauce starts to boil, then it's time to add your slurry in. Just like that. You want to get 4 tablespoons of cornstarch and 4 tablespoons of cold water. Whisk together and slowly pour it in. This is your other thickening agent. This is going to help you get the consistency of the barbecue sauce that we're all looking for. It only takes about 45 seconds to a minute for the slurry to start thickening up your sauce. Keep whisking until you see the consistency that you want. The best way to see if the sauce is thick enough is to take the back of the spoon. It's almost there, but not quite. When you see the bubbles along the edge of the pot start to rise and start to push in inwards, that means your thickening agent is doing its job. Just watch the bubbles. Your sauce is going to let you know when it's ready. Be patient. Give her a good stir. Take the back of the spoon, slowly, don't burn yourself. Now she's ready. If you want a thicker sauce, you can leave it on for a little longer or add more slurry in. Once your sauce starts to cool down, you want to pour it into a measuring cup or a dish that's not hot to prevent overcooking. Now it's time to toast our buns, because you can't have a barbecue sandwich without no toasted buns, can you? I know I can. Now for this sandwich, I use potato buns, but you can use any buns that you like, Hawaiian or brioche. That choice is all up to you. Now in that same skillet, while it's still hot, you want to add 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Then you want to take that jackfruit that you shredded so nice. See how pale it looks? It doesn't look like meat, but trust me, it will. Now you want to add a half teaspoon of salt and a half teaspoon of pepper. One teaspoon of minced garlic. Wait, one more teaspoon of minced garlic. Jackfruit is a fruit, but its flavor is very neutral, meaning you can season it any way you want. You want to saute for 6 to 7 minutes. You see how it's starting to get a little color? It's not as pale anymore. That's what you want. Next, take that Dr. Pepper barbecue sauce that you work so hard on. I recommend only putting 2.5 cups in. You want to save the rest for those who like it a little bit more saucy. Give that a nice toss. You want to make sure that that jackfruit kisses every part of that sauce. But be careful though, that sauce is hot. You want to let it simmer for 3 to 5 minutes, stirring occasionally. It looks like pork, but I assure you it is just jackfruit. You want to grab your nice bun, and let's make this sandwich something to be proud of. think we're going to need a little bit more. It's uneven in that corner. Let's add a little bit more. There we go. Now it's time to slaw it up. Take that coleslaw that you had sitting in the refrigerator, it's nice and cold. Let's go ahead and power that up. Now you could make the coleslaw last minute, but everybody knows coleslaw tastes better when it's been sitting for a few hours in the refrigerator. Put a nice pile like that. Close that bun. But you can't have a barbecue sandwich without the pickle. Now it's complete. Bon appetit. And there you have it, guys. A barbecue pulled jackfruit, and for Dr. Pepper barbecue sauce and apple broccoli coleslaw. We did this together. I'm proud of you. Like always, stay humble, stay creative, and stay hungry. Thank you for watching.